on the Monday edition, Mr. Relevant. I am Alex Strouf with you from the Tundra Trio in Green Bay, just outside of Lambeau Field. It's Packers-Eagles Monday Night Football tonight here at Lambeau Field. Good to be with you despite freezing my ass off. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is very cold. What is it right now? Let's look here. Probably about 30 degrees right now here in Green Bay. I'm wearing mittens. I'm wearing 4 layers up top. This is good. It's football weather, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm kind of a pansy, so this might be interesting for the next couple of hours as I'm with you until 1:30 here live on Mr. Relevant, and then obviously Green Bay game day beginning at 4 o'clock, and then I'm going to the game tonight, so I'm going to be outside all day, and I'm already doing horribly. So this is not a good sign of things to come. But I am here in Green Bay. DiMaggio, Will Sommers with you back at the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Joshy, I know you love these sunglasses I'm wearing. We're matching hats. We're looking good. You're wearing a few less layers than I am, but good to see you on this Monday. Why are you cheesing like that?
Just you and your outfit that your ensemble that you've put together there. Has anybody given you a positive review on those sunglasses?
Yeah, I mean, we did a poll last week. I debuted them in Strouf Strolls presented by Coops Mustard, which will be coming your way in a few hours on social at ESPN Milwaukee at Strouf ESPN, where I preview the game. I walk through tailgates and parking lots. I got compliments in person last week, but then we put a poll up of effectively something to the effect of, do you like Strouf sunglasses? And like 38% of people said yes. That's pretty good, right?
They look like the sunglasses you'd wear at the dentist when they're shining like the light on your face.
The X-ray ones? Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it gives off a vibe, which I don't know if it's quite you. It is a little bit like Kanye West, the
Sure.
shutter shades.
Hold on a minute. I don't know if that's somebody I want to be compared to.
The shutter shades is what I meant for. Those like big, gaudy.
Like the 2010, 2011 shades.
Also, is this the debut of you being a bubble jacket guy?
This is the debut. I got bullied out of my pea coat last week. Everybody told me it was too big for me.
That thing was monstrous on you, by the way.
It looked like that meme of like 2 children stacked on top of each other. Yeah.
It also sort of looked like, in grade school when you use like your dad's old button-up shirts that you put on to not get like paint on them in art class.
Yeah.
That's kind of what your pea coat looked like.
Okay, so yeah, we're going puffy jacket today. So I've got a long sleeve shirt on, I've got a hoodie on, I've got a crew neck on, and then my puffy sweatshirt.
Is the bubble jacket too big too? Do you not know what size you are?
So full transparency, Josh.
Why does it look like you rubbed Vaseline on your jacket? It's so
It's shiny.
It's shiny, yeah. Full transparency on the jacket. This is actually my girlfriend's, but it's huge on her. Yeah, it's huge on her. So she's like, yeah, you can just wear it. And it's very thick. It's very warm. So it's the first time I've worn it. But yeah, I mean, if we're being honest with everybody, so this crew neck I'm wearing, the Packers one, the 96 champs, NFC champs one, that's my girlfriend's, and so is the jacket. So I'm effectively just wearing my girlfriend's clothes today.
She's a rather diminutive.
Tiny human?
Diminutive. Yeah. So that coat is supposed to be one that like goes past the thighs on women.
I would guess
because you're a big lanky guy, it can sort of middle it, but it's probably a little too long on you yet.
Yeah, just a little bit. It goes past the waist. But the thing is, I'm not wearing a belt today because I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants. So my pants are falling a little bit. Everything's a mess, Josh. I don't know why we're starting here. I don't know how we got here, other than me being cold. But yeah, my outfit's a complete disaster. I'm wearing tennis shoes for now. I brought my boots. I think I'll probably switch into those at some point. But I mean, I'm going to be outside for 8 hours today, and it is cold out, and it's only going to get colder.
Well, you should invest in a nice heated blanket. Keep it around your legs like an old grandmother.
I don't know about a heated blanket, but a heated jacket. Those things are popular now. Do you have one of those?
I do not have one, but yes, they are extremely popular. All right, okay. Packers, Eagles. Let's go.
Okay, well, now the guy who derailed it wants to get back on track. Very good. Packers, Eagles tonight. It's Monday Night Football here at Lambeau Field. Good on me. I've made it 6 minutes into the show without saying live from Green Bay. It's Monday night. I knew Joshy was going to love that pop when I did that inevitably. So there we go. Yeah, I have a lot of things on this game, Joshy, because this obviously has been one I think us as Packers fans have had circled since the NFL calendar, the NFL schedule dropped back in May, right? I mean, the beginning of the Packers schedule, obviously week 1 against Detroit. Okay, that's a measuring stick game. Can you get a win there, which they ultimately did? The Commanders at the time when the schedule was released, we thought that would be a big one, a team that was in the NFC Championship a year ago. But I think the game prior to Thanksgiving that everybody had circled and went, okay, it's week 10, it's deep enough into the season. It'll be a true measuring stick game of where you're at as a team as you enter basically the second half. You're facing the reigning Super Bowl champions. You're facing a team you lost to twice last year. You're facing a team who ended your season in the wild card round of the playoffs. Now, it's something we've talked about every episode, I feel, since the NFL season has begun. And that is, this is a weird year. Parity is what makes the NFL what it is, right? Parity is always high in the NFL. But it feels extra high this year. You see the Packers beat teams like Detroit and Washington convincingly to start the year, but they lose to teams like Cleveland and Carolina. The Panthers, for example, who came in here, ran all over the Packers a week ago, lost by 10 points on their home field to New Orleans yesterday. Right? The NFL just makes absolutely no sense. It feels like every team has some good wins and some bad losses, and that's ultimately what the Packers will look to add on to, the good wins portion of that, here tonight at Lambeau Field. But you said last week, and I want to see if you want to walk this back in any capacity, Joshy. You said last week, expectations are gone. I'm just watching for fun at this point. I feel like a Bears fan. That's what you said last Monday after the loss to Carolina. It's been a week. You walking that back at all? Are your expectations back at all?
Connor Bedard is 17th in the NHL with 9 goals. He is tied for third in the NHL with 16 assists. He is second in points on the season.
He was first going into yesterday, I believe, too.
Puck guy. Okay. No, I'm not walking any of that back. I don't expect this to be a win, nor do I expect, even if the Packers were to get a win, for my expectations to really change, nor should I think anybody should change at this point. The Packers, we've seen them beat good teams, and we've seen them get their doors blown off by bad teams. I don't think they are going to rectify their issues. I think they are going to have an extremely hard time functioning without Tucker Kraft, regardless of how good I think Jordan Love is playing. I think Jordan Love is on the short list of guys who's been performing at an MVP level, but I think they have a head coach problem, and I don't think he's going to figure it out within this season. And I wouldn't be surprised at the time the season comes to an end that we're talking about, hey, maybe it's time to move on from Matt LaFleur.
I'm not there yet, but I know you have been for quite a while.
Let's be honest, you'll be the last one there.
I don't know about the last one, but I will be one of the last ones. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I can admit, though, Joshy, I do agree with you that there is a head coach problem. There is a play caller problem. And we talked about this a little bit on Friday when you took a little vacation day on last Friday. But you know, when you look around the league, when you give up play calling, when the reason you were hired as a head coach, right, and Matt LaFleur we're using as the example here, if he was to, in theory, give up play calling, that is admitting he's not good enough. And if that's to happen this season, that would be the exact moment I say, okay, it's time to move on, right? You look at a guy in Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland. This is the second year in a row he's given up play calling. That admits I'm not good enough. So I'm not advocating for Matt LaFleur to give up play calling. I'm not advocating for Matt LaFleur to get fired quite yet. But what I will advocate for is more continuity, more consistency, and stop being so cute on offense, right? I referenced the caller we got last week where he said something to the effect of, we used to get end arounds, but now all we get is freaking bubble screens on first, second, and third down. Like, that's not going to win you a lot of football games, especially in a slobber knocker that we expect tonight between Philadelphia and Green Bay.
You love slobber knocker.
I was a WWE kid growing up. I do like that word. But this is a game, Joshy, where I think you can rectify some of those issues because you're playing a respectable opponent that, like I said, this is a game we knew they were going to get up for. So if they win, I don't think anybody will be shocked. But it's a game where Matt LaFleur needs to figure out who the hell he is and what the hell he wants this offense to be, because through 8 games, I don't know that we have a clear answer on either of those.
No, I don't think he really has any idea. I think he knows what he wants to be, and I think that's also holding the Green Bay Packers offense back. There's two things I want to mention here. What do you think Matt LaFleur's thought process was when he saw the New Orleans Saints attacking the Carolina Panthers vertically? Do you think he was like sitting there like, you're not supposed to be able to do that? What the heck? How is Tyler Shuck passing the ball downfield on these guys? This doesn't make any sense. And then the other part is until he stops being more of a detriment than a supplement, I'm not going to fully buy into the Packers. He has time to turn it around. There's certainly time left. I don't know if I'll ever believe he's going to be able to kick some of his bad habits that hold the team back. We've been talking about Matt LaFleur coaching decisions since he decided to kick a field goal down 2 scores to stay down 2 scores. So, you've got that going for you, I suppose. But other than that, it's just he's been inconsistent. The reason he hasn't given up or will never give up play calling is because the only person who could tell him to do that would be Ed Policy, and I don't think Ed Policy is going to get involved that directly with football ops. Now, do I think there's a chance in the offseason he tells someone he needs to hire or find somebody that is going to be good enough if they have issues in 2026? That's potential, but anything above that, this is Matt LaFleur's gig, and he's going to either succeed and give himself a contract extension or fail and be in a spot where he has to decide what his future is going to look like, because they don't want the Packers don't want anybody on the lame duck years.
Yeah, and I mean, look, there's still a lot of season left. And I heard Tausche say this morning, maybe it was Demovsky when he was on with Wilde and Tausch, and it's something I didn't realize. Joshy, if the Packers win tonight, are you aware what seed they would be in the NFC through 10 weeks?
Would it be first?
They would be the number 1 seed in the NFC through 10 weeks if they win tonight against Philadelphia.
Do you know what their seed would be if they lost?
Yeah, they would be on the border of, I think they'd either be 7 or 8.
I think they're 7th seed if they lose.
So they just, I mean, what they
must win.
The last 2 years.
We must win territory.
Must win. I mean, have you looked at the rundown?
No, admittedly.
All right.
I'm a shoot from the hip type of guy. That's how good I've been, and I didn't even look at the rundown.
The rundown does say must win later, but I do want to address that real quick. No, it is not a must win. But I will say this from my perspective, Joshy, for a guy that's already given up his expectations, it's a must win for my expectations. I said last week many times, I think without Tucker Kraft, your Super Bowl hopes dwindled quite a bit. But the optimistic part of me are the following. I think Jordan Love is playing really, really good football. And obviously, to win a Super Bowl, you need your quarterback playing really good football. The wide receivers and pass catchers are going to get healthier aside from Tucker Kraft. Obviously, you're going to add Jaden Reed back to the mix. It sounds like you might not have Matthew Golden or Savion Williams tonight, but you could get Dontavian Wicks back for the first time in 3 weeks. So those guys are going to get healthier as the season continues to go on. I have faith in this defense. I have a lot of faith in the defensive coordinator and Jeff Hafley, Joshy. But there's one big bugaboo for this team that I think we haven't talked enough about, and that's the lack of turnovers. This team hasn't been able to turn over anybody this season, and that's something where if they can get that figured out and they can begin forcing 1 or 2 turnovers every game they play, all of a sudden I think we're looking at this team very, very differently, because Jordan Love has been instrumental in leading drives. Like, something that really ticked me off last week in the loss to Carolina was 5 red zone drives. They didn't punt in that game, and they scored 13 points and lost. But they were in the red zone 5 times. That should typically be enough to win a football game. Now, obviously, you need to go down there and get 7 or get 3 and not 0 like they did multiple times. But Jordan Love has been consistently leading this team down the field into scoring position, and they just haven't been able to capitalize, whether that's missed field goals, whether that's a 4th and 8 call that nobody agreed with in the red zone by Matt LaFleur last week against Carolina. So that gives me faith offensively. And defensively, I think this is a good defense. I think they've got a lot of really good players. Obviously, a generational talent in Micah Parsons, a really good back-end safety in Xavier McKinney. I think Quay Walker and Edrin Cooper, for most of the season, obviously there's some exceptions there, have both been really solid for them. So if they're able to start forcing some turnovers, all of a sudden I think we're looking at this team very differently. And I don't know with the cold weather if there's going to be a ton of opportunity for that tonight. But that's something we need to see going forward if we want to really elevate this team to in the championship discussion, because I think after last week, you and I both gave them quite a hit from the championship discussion after the 5-1-1 start.
Yeah, I think to this point, you could probably draw a line at the teams you would consider Super Bowl contenders and then teams with a chance to make a Super Bowl run. One of those unexpected, but not necessarily shocking runs. I think the Packers are in that. I just view them as having been laser focused on them since the start of the season. I view them as like not actually one of those teams, sort of more on the fraud end of playoff team than actual Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, but I don't know if would either of us be shocked if they rattled off a Washington-like run from a year ago. They make it to the NFC Championship game, win a couple games on the road if they don't win the division.
Yes, I would be shocked.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think with the information we have at this point, this just ain't that team.
I don't know that because it's only November. It's the beginning of November, in fact. Well, I guess the middle, technically. It's the 10th today. And it's week 10. You've got eight weeks of the regular season after this. You've got 8 games left to play after this in the regular season. So I go, okay, I mean, you know, in 2016, were we convinced this was a really good team that could rattle off a run? Absolutely not. They had to win out. They had to win 8 in a row to get into the postseason, and they end up in an NFC Championship game that year. So I'm not completely freaking out, but the Tucker Kraft injury sucks. That's going to give you a big hit in the regular season. But again, Josh, I hate the term must win in week 10 because it's not a must win for your playoff hopes. It's not a must win for the division necessarily. It helps, but it's not a must win for those things. I think it's a must win for me to go, okay, this team does belong. This team does belong in the conversation with Philly, with Detroit, with the Rams, who I view as the 3 favorites in the NFC right now.
Well, if it's a must win, what does it mean when they lose?
It means they're probably not going to get there unless they I mean, what if they lose 27-24 on a walk-off field goal by Jake Elliott?
Loss is a loss, is it not?
Yeah. I mean, of course it is. But I guess
you realize the sliding scale.
You
realize the sliding scale, though, that you've sort of set yourself up for.
For sure.
A win can mean everything. A loss, not that bad.
No, I don't think a win can mean everything. Like I said, I think it's proving they're heading in the right direction and they belong. It's a must-win for me to believe they're a Super Bowl team, except it's not necessarily a must-win because if they lose in a close game, it's not a must-win anymore.
This is objectively one of the least meaningful must-win declarations I've ever heard.
Well, I don't like must-wins.
You're saying must-win. No one begged you to say it. No one held you upside down by your ankles and shook you and said, "Is it a must-win? Say if it's a must-win." You went there yourself.
You asked me if it was a must-win.
Yeah,
and
but you put it on our rundown.
I did. You're right.
And then you gave all the reasons why it is a must-win, unless they lose, which then it's not a must-win. It's not that bad.
So because of the
I'm not crazy, am I, Will?
You can't decide if it's a must-win after the game.
Right.
Good pop, Will. Joshy, I guess, hold on. I want to go back to your comments, though, because you said they're good at beating the good teams and they get their beats broken off by bad teams.
So, hello.
Yeah, that was easy
Breaks
English.
Beaten off is what you're looking for.
Beats breaking off.
I said broken off, I believe. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm cold. Give me a break. So, Joshy, if they come out tonight and they play that elusive complete game, it looks like they are dominant wire to wire. It does nothing for you?
No, it makes me go, oh, there'll be a playoff team. I could say that for sure. Other than that, no, it's you beat. Do you think this team or the team we saw in the previous 4 weeks was a team that would go out and beat the Detroit Lions? Because I sure don't.
It doesn't look to be the same team now.
Yeah. So obviously something's changed. There's some difference happening here, and there's. Like they get up.
Hold on, Josh. You know that viral meme? I think it was a high school football coach, and he said something to the effect during a post game interview of, "I think I got my swagger back." Isn't that? It was a player. Okay, yeah. I don't remember the exact reference.
He was wearing shoulder pads. It's not a big deal, though.
Coaches don't do that typically. But I think there is some there's a realistic possibility the Packers could, in theory, get their swagger back with a win tonight.
I have watched too many Packers teams under Matt LaFleur not be a get their swagger back team. I have seen it now for, 7 years?
Yeah, it's the 7th season.
Who's the next? Oh, it's the Giants, who just fired their head coach. Yep. Then we're going to have they had the extra added incentive.
Yeah, the fired coach theory next week in New York, yes.
Let's be clear here. Jackson Dart left with a concussion. He's negative odds to play in that game. the Packers are going to go out and put up a stinker against the Giants and Russell Wilson. That's just what they do.
I'm not ready to guarantee that yet. I need to see what they look like tonight.
But that doesn't matter.
But would it make complete sense given what we've seen this season? Of course it does. I think that's a popular take the last week, right? They'll beat Philadelphia and then go lose to the Giants because
I'm not so confident though. I think there's a real chance that Matt LaFleur pulls all the wrong strings today and says, you know what we need to do? Establish the run. We don't have Tucker Kraft, but guess what? John Fitzpatrick is going to fit nicely into that role, and we can really improve our run game. And then you end up getting your doors blown off by AJ Green, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert.
Or counterpoint, does it work? Because that was the formula last year, and obviously it didn't work against a team like Philadelphia last year. But Philadelphia, can we just let's do this real quick? Philadelphia at Week 10 right now. You don't view them as the team that beat them in the wild card round, right? Like they are not that version of the Eagles, at least yet.
No.
Defensively, they're not quite as scary. Their offensive line has lost a touch, and I know Cam Jurgens is out of this game tonight. Okay, they're still a good team. They're still, as far as I'm aware, they're still the team to beat in this conference, right? They're still the best team in the NFC in my eyes until somebody dethrones them. I was just about to say, as in love with the Rams as I am. I'm so high on the Rams. I think they are a really complete team and really well coached, and a really impressive win for them over San Francisco yesterday. But regardless, I still think until the Eagles are dethroned, it's their crown. And again, we can debate about that all day. But tonight, if Green Bay comes out, and we did this all offseason, right? Like teams that don't win championships typically model their offseason off of the team that won the championship. So the Packers, though it hasn't worked super well, and we can laugh at the Aaron Banks signing in a moment, but the Packers beefed up their offensive line, or so they thought, by signing Aaron Banks, by moving Elton Jenkins. It was a 5 they thought they could be more confident in. Turns out through 8 games, that's really not the case entering the 9th game tonight, but that's neither here nor there. They added a wide receiver. A speedy wide receiver who can beat defenses in Matthew Golden. Again, a guy who just hasn't been fed the ball as much as we anticipated here entering week number 10. And then you look at defensively, you add a Micah Parsons, you add a dominant pass rusher. So you kind of copied the formula that worked so well for Philadelphia. It hasn't come to full fruition yet, but that's why you beef up the way you did in the offseason to hopefully come into a game like this and look better than you did in either week 1 last year or the wild card round last year. But you sound like a guy who's a fan of a team that's 2-3-1, not 5-2-1.
Yeah, I guess I'm just sort of acknowledging what I've seen over the most recent stretch of the season.
I didn't realize you were such a negative guy.
I mean, they did lose to a team that lost to the Saints yesterday.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Lost to the Browns.
Yeah.
Did the Browns lose to the Jets?
Browns did lose to the Jets.
The Browns did lose to the Jets.
Justin Fields has still not discovered the forward
Oh, wow.
pass.
I didn't even think of that. Yesterday was an awful day for the Packers.
Terrible.
The Lions put up 44 points against the Commanders. The Jets beat the Browns and the Saints beat the Panthers. Legitimately, the 2 worst teams in the NFL beat the 2 teams that beat the Packers this year.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. I didn't even connect the dots on that.
Believe me, I was connecting dots all day yesterday. The dots. I was. What's the guy from Always Sunny with the board?
Charlie.
Yeah, that was me going, huh? And then every time Red Zone cut to that game, the Saints were just getting massive chunk yardage and going, huh? So I was right about how the Packers should have attacked that team.
Oh yeah.
Like, Matt LaFleur had the wrong game plan for a game against the Panthers. Who's to say he doesn't do that against the Eagles?
Nobody can say that definitively at 12:55 p.m.
No.
Nobody can say that. I'm not going to sit here and argue for him as much as I do like him and think he can figure it out. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, yeah, he'll have it chalked up perfectly tonight. I can't say that definitively. But what I can hope for is he's talked about advanced analytics recently. He's an analytics guy now, right? That's the 4th and 8th it comes back to, and some of the 4th down things. And some
Except for he's not.
Well, he claims to be.
He just uses them when he thinks it fits what he's trying to do. He's also said every time he's been asked, he's mainly a gut guy. He also sort of misquoted the analytics he was using. So there seems to be a disconnect between Matt LaFleur leaning into analytics.
Here's the thing. I need him to just trust Jordan Love. Just cut him loose. And Jason, I'm going to get the stat wrong, but Jason Wilde's been using the stat the last couple of days. Weeks 1 and 2, Love's average throw or length of throw.
Average depth of target.
Thank you very much. It was
A-dot, we like to call it.
A-dot. It was like 14 yards, or over 14 yards the first 2 weeks. And it's down to like, what, 6 since then?
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers exactly, but I know it's legitimately more than half.
There's a sneaky case to be made here that no Savion Williams and no Jaden Reed means Matt LaFleur has nothing left to do but try and attack the intermediate and deep field, which would be great for the Packers. And there's a chance he just stumbles ass backwards into the right idea.
Well, maybe. Sure. Very possible.
Do I think there's probably going to be a target, 4 of them to a guy on the line? Yes, I almost assure you of that.
Oh, you mean bubble screens you're talking?
Yes.
But there's gonna be a random deep shot to Watson that doesn't look like it makes a lot of sense too.
Yes, because they don't know when to take them. They just get sick and tired of it and say, well, here goes nothing.
Dr. Denver Dan chimes in. He says, Strouf, you didn't realize Josh was negative? Did you not pay any attention last week? He started F1 in hockey talk.
Yeah, puck.
Good point. Puck guy. What else we got? Sean says, we'll win this week, and then we'll lose to the Giants next week. It is the Matt LaFleur way. Going back to something we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me.
That is exactly. I mean, I said it on Monday. It would be so Matt LaFleur to beat the Eagles and then lay an egg right after it.
Or we could get the run the table turn. I'm very optimistic today. Can you tell?
Can I differentiate between your regular level of optimism and today? No, I can't. To me, it's indecipherable. It's the same thing every time we talk Packers.
I'd like to get Will's take on that in a moment, but I would say this. I was down last week. I was negative. But I think I'm done with that.
We did a bit. A couple. Was it after the Browns loss where I said by the end of the day you'll spin this into a positive, and you did.
That's what I do.
There is no being down for you.
Yeah, it sounds like you're fully ready for the 2023 last 6 games of the year run. You keep referring to it but not saying it, that you think that they're going to run the table.
No, that's 2016 run the table year, where they made the NFC Championship game and lost to Atlanta.
But 2023 where they started out 2-5 or whatever,
yeah, 2-5,
and then made the playoffs.
6, yeah, and then they rattled it off. 22, yeah. Rodgers' last playoff run.
2023, that was Love's first year.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Ball knower.
Yeah, I got my years mixed up. Yeah, 23. Okay, yeah, they started off awful, and then we had Toyota-thon Love, and they lost to Monday night against the Giants, and Tommy DeVito, which we referenced last week. But otherwise, beat Kansas City on Sunday night. You know, that could be that game of this year tonight, right? Is the cream of the crop team comes to Lambeau, primetime game. Love goes bananas. They play a complete game, but then, ironically, it's the Giants next week on just a normal Sunday game. But last time it was a Monday night game. So
I said it last week. There's nothing the Packers hate to see more than a team that has nothing to lose. And right now, there is no team that has less to lose than the Giants. I know we're
after today's announcement.
It's going to be an absolute buzzsaw.
Russell Wilson specifically has literally nothing.
Couldn't have less.
Yes.
Right. And, I mean, look, I don't know what to make of the Giants. They've blown, 3 20-point leads this season. Do they really worry me next week? No. But, again, it goes down to what version of Green Bay do we see tonight? That's what I'm all worried about. What version of Green Bay do we see tonight? Because I don't know what to expect.
If you think about it, is this the first good team the Packers have played since, week 4? We're week 2? 1?
I mean, week 1.
Week 1?
It'd be week 1.
The Commanders are from
9 weeks ago?
Yeah, way less than we thought they were. I'm just trying to think if there's a case to be made at any point. Carolina's, 5-5? Yeah, no, they're not good.
They just lost to the Saints.
Yeah.
Arizona stinks. Who am I missing in there? Who else did they play in there?
Cowboys is the next best.
The Bengals.
The Bengals aren't very good, though. I saw Joe Burrow is back to practice as of today.
Thanks for the Burrow update.
Yeah, you're welcome. Week 1 is the answer. Detroit's the answer. That's sad.
So that's what's most interesting to me is, I mean, we've seen how they play against bad teams. Has anything changed?
Well, as we've said a lot of, they play best against the good teams. It's a reverse of last year.
The good team.
Where they lost to good teams. Now, hold on.
We only have one sample size, though.
That's a fair point.
Sample
fair
size
point,
of
but
one.
Hold on. What if it's just the reverse of last year? They got a lot of good teams on their schedule at the back end, right? They've got Detroit another time. They've got. I hate to say this out loud, Josh. You might kill me, and Will, you might celebrate me. Chicago's 6-3.
Oh, I was going to say the Broncos. The Broncos are good. They play them too.
They do.
I was
Ravens.
thinking about the
Imagine how gross that Broncos game's going to be.
Worst game. Bo Nix might not be as good as we thought he was.
He's definitely not.
He's a system quarterback that just insists on drawing outside the lines, coloring outside the lines.
Drake May is what we thought everybody in that draft class was going to be at some point last season, except Caleb, right? Because Jaden had his flashes and Nix had his flashes, and now it's very clear Drake May is like by far the best in that class.
He's like the MVP.
He is the MVP.
Front runner.
Yeah.
Through 10 weeks, he is the MVP.
He's sweet.
He is sweet. You're absolutely right about that. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Packers find a way to beat Philly and Detroit and Chicago and Denver and Baltimore the rest of the way because they've got some good teams on their schedule the rest of the way, right? Like to go back to something I said earlier in the show, when we looked at the NFL schedule when it came out, we looked at like the first 9 weeks as kind of the easy period. And they're 5-2-1. All things considered, that's not awful. But you wish the losses were to better teams. Like you wish maybe they take care of business against a Cleveland and a Carolina and maybe lose to a Detroit. And it's an easier narrative like it was last year. They beat the bad teams, they lose to the good teams. This year, it just makes no damn sense. And that's why I'm struggling to even predict what tonight will be. They could lay an egg. They could win by 2 touchdowns. I don't know.
I'd love that if we just let you talk enough, you will spin yourself into an absolute pretzel and go back against what you said 5 minutes later. Because it seems like when you think about the Packers and you're sitting in bed and you're dreaming about green and gold and Super Bowl championships, you never once consider a negative thing possible. You're like, these guys. We've got all the good players. No one's better than these guys. Our head coach, you kidding me? And then somebody just pokes one little hole in your hot air balloon, and the thing just crumbles to the ground.
Notice how he started being more optimistic once he took the glasses off.
Yes.
I wonder if there's any. I was going to say he put on his green and gold glasses, but he took them off, actually.
Yeah, I see the world clearly through my cool glasses. Yeah, I don't know, man. We talk about this all the time, Joshy. Nothing consumes my brain more than the Green Bay Packers. And something you just said actually resonated, which is bad because you were making fun of me. But it is, they've got all these good players. And they do. They do. They've got Jordan Love. They've got Josh Jacobs.
How many All-Pros this year?
I think that argument took quite a hit when Tucker Kraft tore his ACL last week. It's probably only one, and it's Micah Parsons. As of this point, it's only one. And I have a hard time believing that will change. Because I don't think Love is going to be one of the best 2 quarterbacks. I don't think any of the receivers will make it. Doubt any of the offensive linemen are going to make it.
Are you happy or sad? Can you make up your mind?
I don't know why you asked me that. That was a really depressing question on why I'm trying
I was
to get
just
hyped up
asking.
for
You
this
said,
big-time game.
you just said we had a lot of good players, so I asked.
We do have a lot of good players. The issue is, pretty good might be the better word. They might have some pretty good players.
You only have one great player,
Micah Parsons. Yeah, but like here's the thing that ticks me off, and this goes back to Josh's issue with Matt LaFleur is
we got him
I need him to prove to me he trusts Jordan Love because Jordan Love's been good this year, and when we look at statistics or advanced analytics or ADOT. Like, it spells out a pretty obvious sentiment that the head coach isn't cutting the quarterback loose enough. And when you invest in the weapons they have, and I know they're a little dinged up this week, right? No Kraft, obviously, the rest of the way. No Reed for a couple more weeks. Sounds like you might not have Golden or Williams tonight, but you're still going to have Dobbs. You're still going to have Watson. You like Luke Musgrave. Like, just cut him loose
Do they like
a little
Luke
bit.
Musgrave?
I think they like Luke Musgrave, yeah.
Wouldn't you play a guy you liked a little bit more than they've been playing
They
him?
like him as a receiver more than they like him
He
as
was
a blocker,
ceding
quite
snaps
obviously.
to John Fitzpatrick when Tucker Kraft was healthy.
But again, that was more of a blocking thing than it was a receiving. It's not like John Fitzpatrick was running a 15-yard fly route.
I think Musgrave's going to have a big game today. I think Matt LaFleur is going to be like, watch how big of an offensive brain I have. I lose my best player. Watch how big my brain is where I can get this guy involved. Everybody just marveling how
Here's
big
the
my
thing.
brain is.
They might have a big plan for him, but as a guy who's watched Luke Musgrave, I know that the biggest obstacle to Luke Musgrave having big-time NFL success is his own legs. The guy can't stay on his feet.
He's a little bit of a baby giraffe.
He gets lost where he is on the field. He has all the skills to be one of those split-out tight ends. He just can't piece all those things together in the right way.
I won't argue with that.
So I think he has a 3 for 28. And
come on.
And we go, huh?
Come on, can we kick that up to like a 4? 3 for 48?
Oh, sure, 120-yard pass over the middle.
Yeah.
He catches it, falls to the ground,
I
rolls
actually
an extra
think-
2 yards.
As much as I think that was a Will's Bear fan making fun of our head coach comment, I actually agree with Will.
It wasn't. It was just a truthful comment.
I think this very well could be, bless you, could be a night where Matt LaFleur schemes open Luke Musgrave.
No,
When was the last time Matt LaFleur schemed anyone open?
Malik Willis.
I didn't like that. That seemed like a shot.
The Romeo Dobbs game against the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
It's Romeo
That was where
Dobbs
my head
every
was.
game.
It's Romeo Dobbs.
Hey, Romeo,
Mr.
run a
Reliable.
3-yard button hook. Jordan's going to hit you.
Mr. Reliable Romeo Dobbs.
The shot they're going to take to him in a big moment today. Make it stop.
Yeah. Hey man.
Have you noticed people coming around to the idea of like, hey, if we keep peppering Romeo Dobbs with that many targets, it kind of brings down the explosiveness of our offense. I wonder if there's anybody here who's been saying that for 2 seasons.
Okay, I'm getting real sick of your negativity. I gotta be honest with you. What do you have for a score tonight? How
Put
bad
your
are the
glasses
Packers
back
losing in
on.
your eyes?
I think I said 27-17.
Oof. Only 17 points, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers hasn't held up against anybody, and now they've got to look across at that defensive front. I don't know if you know a thing or two about a lot of the guys they got there. They got a lot of first-round draft picks. They got one of the best defensive tackles in all the league. Their nose tackle is a monster. They have edge rushers coming out of their damn ears. Zach Bond.
I'm sorry, real quick. I just got to give you a report live from Lambeau. There is a man running in strictly spandex. He has nothing else on, and he is lifting his hands up over his shoulders like he's Rocky Balboa, yelling strictly at Eagles fans. I don't know if that makes him an Eagles fan or a Packers fan, but that was a sight to behold here.
Ask him if he can suit up tonight.
27-degree weather.
Ask him if he could play tight end.
He ran away. He kind of runs like Luke Musgrave, so I don't know if we need 2 of those guys.
Maybe it was Luke Musgrave.
Maybe a little too thin, I think. Although he is thin. A little too thin, I think. All right, sorry, Josh. I cut you off. Continue.
I forgot what I was even talking about.
Score prediction.
Oh, yeah, 27-17. I don't think the Packers' offensive line is going to be able to hold up. They haven't all season. They've been underwhelming, and they've got probably the best front 7 they're going to face come into town.
And
Matt LaFleur?
Yes. I mean, I think you could make a very good case for Cleveland.
Sure, if you'd like
Front
to.
7 only, yeah.
I think when you add up all the sum of the parts of the Eagles, they're probably the best in the league. Obviously, Myles Garrett is a one-of-one type of player, but I think Matt LaFleur is going to try and run at them. It's not going to work. Then we're going to try and get horizontal and then maybe take some deep shots when the game is getting out of hand.
I just got a text from my buddy who's not watching, I don't think. And he said, because I told them I was going to the game, and he said, my favorite trait about Alex Strouf is his refusal to own anything warm. Fair point.
Was that a self-tough guy thing?
Except for he's not.
I'm freezing.
You know, at a certain point, you're being directly you're becoming a problem professionally if your job requires you to be outside and in the cold, and you're not ever properly prepared to be outside and in the cold.
I'm properly prepared. I just haven't put my boots on yet.
I feel like you're a big weather complainer when you're working. Like when it's too hot outside.
I never complain. Oh, unless it's that one day at Summerfest. That was brutal.
That day was the worst day in the world.
Joshy, I mean, that was horrible.
The only way I could have been wearing less would have got me arrested.
You would have looked like that guy who just ran through the Lambeau parking lot.
It was. But the thing with cold is you just layer up, baby.
I am layered up. It's just my toesies. I might need to move a little bit. All right.
Did you say toesies?
Yeah, toesies. Double sock it up.
Toesies.
You got wool socks?
I am double socked up. I am double socked. Yeah, I own wool socks. I'm not wearing them today, though.
Well, what? If you have wool socks, where the hell else are you going to wear them?
Well, hold on. That's a good point by you. I kind of forgot about them. But secondarily, I didn't think it was going to be as cold as it is. 30, So here's the thing about weather and living in Wisconsin, and then we'll get Will and my score predictions, and then we'll get to the Badgers and what we missed. It is like the first very cold day is always really cold, but it's 30. I think it's like 34 degrees out right now. In a month, I'm gonna view that as gorgeous. I'm going to the Bears-Packers game on December 7th. If it's 34 degrees out that day, I will love it. But it's November 10th, and it's the first time we've dipped this cold, so I'm freezing. You got to get acclimated.
The real feel is cooler than it actually is because there's a little bit of wind.
Yeah,
in the shade, it's even cooler than that. You are inside of the trailer there. So, I mean, it's below freezing in terms of how it feels. Below freezing feels cold regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be super pumped if it was 22 degrees instead of 11. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. Will, Packers, Eagles. You got Eagles tonight?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an ugly one for the Packers defense. I think the Eagles are kind of just going to have that pick your poison type of offense. I think their offensive line is going to hold up strongly against the Packers pass rush. So then it's going to be, do we want to run the ball over a team that has been hit or miss against the run, or do we want to pass it against a weak secondary? And I think the Eagles are just going to kind of have their way on whatever they decide to do, and I think it's going to be 35-17 garbage time touchdown for the Packers.
Who's worse equipped to handle A.J. Brown, Jair Alexander or Keyshawn Nixon?
Right now?
Yes. It's Jair, but it might be closer than I'd like to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been a really upbeat, positive show. I've enjoyed this.
All right.
I've got the Packers winning. I've got the Packers winning tonight.
No way. Get out of Dodge.
I need to take a second.
Yeah, I think it'll be close, like a 24-20 or something like that.
Mr. Out on the Limb.
I'll probably pick them to lose next week. I don't know, though. We'll find out. We'll preview the game more getting at 4 o'clock on Green Bay game day.
By the way, that was the least confident win prediction I've ever heard. It's almost
but how can I say anything with confidence about this team, Josh? How can I say anything with confidence? I don't know who they are. I have no idea what they are.
See, but you haven't even attempted to sell it. You haven't even Jen, at least this morning, decided to go with, I got a gut feeling. I got a weird feeling about this game. You're just like, yeah, they win because that's what I want them to do.
All right, let me try the Jen ladder. I got a gut feeling.
Well,
I woke up this morning feeling dangerous.
Word for word.
Yeah, it's a little different when it comes from Jen too, because you wake up feeling like
with a gut feeling every day.
Yeah.
If the Packers played 365 games a year, I'd probably pick them to win 362 of them.
Here's the thing. My brain went here. Yeah. I believe that if you woke up and the Secret Service knocked on your door and said, guess what? You're the president now because of something that's happened, you would have like zero worry and you wouldn't be like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm able to. You'd be like, yeah, I'm going to be.
You're damn right, I am.
The best president that this country's ever seen.
I think I would actually respond with, that's Mr. President to you.
And that's just the difference in, I guess, our approaches to the world. If you want something to happen, you need no justification. You're just like, well, I think I want that to happen, so therefore
similarly to the former quarterback, Joshy, I believe in the power of manifestation.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've had an extra day to manifest about this game. I've had an extra day to think about it.
Do you think
the more I think about it, the more I manifest about it, I think Jordan Love is going to have a terrific game.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers manifested losing one of the bigger leads in any division?
No,
they're not there yet, but they are making their way there.
I don't think he manifested getting old either, because he looked old, OLD, on Sunday night.
As opposed to when he looked old against the Packers or when he looked old last season.
Yeah, pretty much all the same. I don't know. I feel like we've seen more Rodgers this year on national television because the Jets stunk last year.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to stop seeing them in national television if they have any opportunity to be flexed out.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, let's get to the Badgers real quick, who get a 13-10 win over number 23 Washington on Saturday. Their punter, Sean West, who you may remember from the long run a couple weeks ago, on the fake punt he just decided was a fake punt, was their leading passer in this game.
Is he their best offensive skill player?
Yeah, he sure might be. He sure might be. Look, congrats to the Badgers. A win's a win. It's a ranked win. It's a Big Ten win. Through the crap and the grossness that has been this season for them, I'm happy for the guys in that locker room. I'm happy for Luke Fickell because all the crap that we've talked about the last several months with this team and how bad they are. However, this does not change one bit of any opinion I've had about the Badgers. I still think they're horrible. I still think they're inept. And I still don't know if keeping their head coach around for another season is the greatest decision in the world. But that said, congrats. They're going to get smoked by Indiana on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm happy for the kids. I'm happy for the young players. I could care less what Luke Fickell feels. I have no allegiance nor any reason to be optimistic or happy about him and what they've done. It's great to get a win. Happy for you guys. Other than that, there's virtually nothing to take from it. Other than they better do all they can to keep those linebackers around.
Yep. Yeah, bingo. I mean, that money they're going to get, the extra money they're going to get to invest back into the program, it better be used on those two because they had a terrific game Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. But, look, I don't know what this investment in the program means for Chris McIntosh. Oh, no. I'm getting invaded, fellas.
Go Birds.
Oh, no. You guys from Philly? Enjoy. Go, Pack, go.
You should have said can't tell. Go Birds.
The accent was thick.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know that I've ever met anybody from Philly, because when's the last
they'll
time?
tell you.
No, I know.
Have you ever trash talked before?
I would. This would be the night not for me to do it. I would not do well in a physical altercation.
I said trash talk.
Yeah, no.
It's not physical.
Trash talk leads to physical with Philly, doesn't it?
Depends. I mean, if you trash talk like you just did, nothing will ever be physical. Because that was not really
well,
trash
the game
talk.
hasn't started yet.
You just got big dog.
I mean, you got Go Birds right in your grill, and you said, "Oh, you guys from Philly?
Enjoy Lambeau. It's a great time."
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, Midwest nice. Nice guy always wins.
Hit up the ski hill.
Actually, they're heading that way, so they may be exactly.
Let me know if you want a beer.
All right, well, I'm not having fun anymore. So let's get to what we missed and what we learned.
Success.
Presented by Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. Made locally right up north here in Door County. Whiskeys, gins, vodkas, rums, brandies, all the in-betweens. Visit the website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. I didn't know if that was a good moment for trash talk or just, get away from me. And I went with the latter.
No, you turtled. You got scared.
There was 6 of them.
What are they going to do, jump the fence?
Potentially. It's not a very big fence.
It's also 1:20 in the afternoon. Like they're probably not haven't had enough sodas to have the confidence, the irrational confidence to come after you.
Bourbon and Bass chimes in. You guys from Philly? Tee-hee-hee. Thank goodness Santa ain't around. That's a good comment. Good comment. Travis says Packers just need to win 27 or score 27 points to win tonight. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm very curious to see how Philly, to your earlier point, Josh, on how they attack this Packers defense. If they air it out, I'm worried. But also, they have a guy by the name of Saquon Barkley who's pretty good at football, too. So
he hasn't been that good. He had a big game, I believe, their last game. And if there was ever a team to set things right for him, it feels like the Green Bay Packers are ripe for the picking.
Well, they are pretty good at that with running backs, letting them run rampant. There's no doubt about that. All right, Will, any words for today?
It's actually funny you mentioned that. The Merriam-Webster word of the day is temerity. Okay. And it means the quality of being confident and unafraid of danger or punishment, especially in a way that seems rude or foolish.
Say that word again?
Temerity.
Temerity.
That's right.
Josh, can you use it in a sentence?
Give me the definition one more time.
The quality of being confident and unafraid of danger or punishment, especially in a way that seems rude or foolish.
It takes a lot of temerity to stand up to Eagles fans and tell them that the Birds suck.
The issue is they won the Super Bowl last year. I can't tell them they suck.
That's why it would take temerity.
Yeah, Strouf has the temerity to pick the Packers.
have general temerity.
You lack temerity.
No, I think I have temerity.
You lack temerity.
You have temerity in the Packers, despite them not.
But not a general sense of temerity.
No, you're not unafraid of danger.
Temeritus. Okay.
You're temeritous towards the Packers. You're blindly
I think they're going to win.
confident.
I think they're going to win tonight. Jordan Love's going to. This is going to be the game, Josh. You mark my words here, as we wrap up the show. This is going to be the game that Matt LaFleur gets his head out of his rear, and he starts trusting Jordan Love a little bit, and he starts letting him sling the pills.
You should see Will behind the glass.
You can hear it in his voice. He's trying to convince himself. He doesn't believe this.
We are nothing but an exercise for I almost said Matt LaFleur, for Alex Strouf to try and convince himself he actually believes the things he's saying.
I'm convinced. No,
you're
I'm
not.
Convinced.
No,
I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
This was the first time you've had this thought, and you're just saying it out loud to try to convince yourself.
Yeah.
No, I said it earlier in the show. I think this is the Jordan Love game. I think this is Toyota-thon's here. It starts in mid-November.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So Christian Watson.
Daniel Whelan. Let's just keep naming players on the team.
Because you've heard of Christian Watson. He's going to catch a couple deep balls today. All right, I'm done here. All right, any final thoughts, Josh DiMaggio?
How would you grade your performance today?
I thought it was really strong to begin, but as I got colder and the show went on further and you kept poking holes in my argument, it went south. If I'm being just completely honest with you.
I don't know if you had an argument. If we didn't really we didn't exert a lot of force into poking a hole in it.
I think we're gonna have to make it a staple of what we missed and what we learned. I have to self-evaluate. This is becoming more of a theme than it ever should be on a show with my name on it. But it has become a theme as of late.
I mean, I was mild today for how I've been able to attack you in the past.
Yeah, but you've been so negative, it's dragged me down. So now I'm sitting here walking around.
Your argument was
I'm trying to convince myself.
With a brick in it.
Yeah, you stood up to literally no critique. You took your master thesis in front of us.
Just like to those Eagles fans. You fell so easily.
You know what? Now that I think about that interaction more and more, I'm a little embarrassed it was on camera. Because that's what I would have done off camera.
You were challenged. You were challenged with believing in your football team. And I put a pinhole in the side of your bag, and everything's on the floor. And you're picking up, you got your shirt, as your kid when you used to put it out and put stuff in it. That's you with all your Packers takes.
Joshy, I just want you to know, when the Green Bay Packers win tonight, you will be hearing from me. And Wednesday's show is going to be all green and gold goggles.
Finally, some conviction.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've actually felt convinced.
That was the most confident.
Because this team will be back. They will be back as the 1 seed in the NFC after winning tonight. Oh, now I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm back. Watch out now. When the Packers win tonight over the Philadelphia Eagles, they will be the number 1 seed in the NFC. And the run the table -1. I think they'll lose one more game somewhere in there if they win tonight. Run the table -1. Campaign begins in New York against Russell Wilson.
You understand now why it became so easiest to pull apart your discussion, because you went from the run the table -1 actually. And then
there's a lot of season left.
They do play the Ravens late, who'll be playing for a lot, and the Packers might not be playing for that much. And who knows what happens when you go to Denver? So the run the table -2, maybe 3.
No, just minus. We'll revisit on Wednesday. How's that sound?
You mentioned that you were more worried about next week's game against the Giants than you were this game.
I don't think I used those exact words, but the idea was.
You said you thought they were going to lose next week.
I think it would make sense for the Packers, or this is just the turning point of the season, which it very well could be. If they play a complete game tonight, this could be the turning point.
Can only hope.
That's where I'm at.
This turning point game.
Yeah. The TP
turning
game.
Point game.
TPG.
Turning point game. TPG.
But if they lose,
turning point game.
It's not a turning point.
No,
you shouldn't worry about that.
It's a turning point in the other direction.
True. True. All right, that will do it for us. Green Bay Game Day with me, myself, Gabe Neitzel, Steve Scafidi begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon from right here at the Tundra Trio in Green Bay. We will be back with you Wednesday beginning at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube, the ESPN Wisconsin app, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Joshy, I thought you did a pretty good job today.
Thank you. I wish I could say the same for you.
I think I did a great job today. Will, I'm proud of you for your lack of bringing up the Bears' comeback yesterday. I appreciate the lack of Bears content out of you today. Good job.
They won yesterday? Who'd they beat?
I didn't know that. All right, we'll talk to you at 4 o'clock. We will talk to you on Wednesday. This has been Mr. Relevant. I'm Alex Strouf. We will talk to you then. Peace.